Welcome to Mr. Sales Math World. Today we will go to page 8 to page 10 of the Percentage Booklet 4.1. Before we start, so let's have a revision on the fraction and percentage of it. Okay. Because for this session we will have many questions like we will have some of the things greater than or smaller than something. So let's have a look first. Okay. So I hope you still remember when we have a fraction or integer like this. Okay, so we will have the corresponding percentage for it. Okay. So you can be given by any one of these type of values and then you go to the other one, right? Okay, so for example, 1 means 100%. For 1 or 2, half means 50. 1/3, then you will get to be 33 and 1/3%. Okay, you may take the step to calculate yourself. And if it's 90%, that means it is 9/10 or 0.9. Okay, so this part I want to focus the thing will be if I change this question to be 1 minus 90%. And what does it mean? Okay, so in the last session we also talked about when we got some sort of percentage. If it is 100% minus 90%, you get 10%, right? And remember, 1 means 100%. Okay, so to save time, we will use 1 to represent the 100%. That means we don't use 100%. To save time, we write down 1. Okay, so if I want to see the whole thing and you get 90% less, then it will get the result to be 10%. Because 100 minus 90 becomes 10. Okay, so 10% we will get 1/10 for fraction, or if you like decimal, you may use 0.1. Okay, so we can use this piece of information to do the calculation and also set up the equation. Okay, so please look at page 8 and you see there is a table of translation. Okay, so please help me to do one change in this booklet. Okay, so there is a mistake. It should be 1 plus k%. Okay, 100% plus k%, right? More than. If it is less than, means 1 minus h%. Okay. We have just mentioned 1 means 100%, so we have to change it. Okay, so please mark the change. Okay, so let's see how to do the calculation. All right. Okay. So for example, in part A, okay, so we still use the English to help us to do. The first thing is we follow the order of the sentence. That means A is 10% more than 50. Then we start from A equals 2. Okay. As you remember, is means equal sign. For all part A to part D, equal sign for is. All right. So let me remove it. Okay, make it clear. And then we got is equal sign, and then this time the important point is we need to have the way to find out the equation of 10% smaller than 50. Okay, so 50 first, and then it says 10% smaller than. 1 means the whole thing, whole, for 1. 1 means 100% means whole. And then it is 10% smaller, and the 10% must be of the 50. Okay, so it means it is 90% of 50 in question 1. All right, so this is the right hand side. put it here, then we can form an equation, and then you just need to calculate for 50 times 1 minus 10% will be fine, okay? So this is part A. So part B, we do it similarly, but we just change it to greater than. So greater than, that means the thing inside we change to plus. So 50 times 1 plus 30%. The object is 30% more than 50. Okay? So you can get the same result. Okay, this is for part B. So part C and D are similar, but the way of answer is more difficult because this time we say you are not asking to find A and find B. Okay, so this time actually you use a similar thing, just the English looks more difficult. Okay, so in part A and part B you say find. Actually part C and part D we also had find, but we find C with the answer having some D in it. That means the answer we will get D after calculation. Okay? So D as the answer to be here. Okay. So it means that if you do it similarly as part D, express E as in terms of F, that means the answer we will have some F here. Okay? So C and E will be the things we are going to find. So we can say it's a subject. Okay, English as subject means what we are going to find. The subject will be C in part C and E in part E. Okay? So look at page 9 demonstration 2. Okay? So as you know, the method to do calculation actually is the same for the way we do it for equation. Okay? So how you say equation or not is actually doesn't matter much because you just need to focus on the method to form equation as in the previous one. Okay? So for example, part A, 40 is 20% smaller than P. Okay? Then the P goes first. And then times the percentage, which is smaller, 1 minus 20%. Okay, so you can see that we can form an equation very quickly. And after that, you use division and you can find out the answer for demonstration 2. Okay, so one more short example to see how it works for more troublesome question. Okay, so this time actually the calculation is again the same. Alright, but the most difficult thing is at the beginning you have a very ugly thing. So 2n minus 10 is 36% more than n. Then we start with 2n minus 10 here. And with the yes, equal sign again. Alright? And for the versus stem is actually the same. So more than n, 36% more than n, right? When you see the keyword more than, we already know it is plus. So this time it is 36%. Remember 1 plus. Okay, so you can see that Mrs. O can form an equation very quickly. And so this one, the equation is a little bit more difficult to do. So remember to always to change the things to decimal first, or a fraction if you cannot make it as a fraction or decimal. Okay, so you got decimal. Then after that, put the like terms on one side. So with n on the left, without n on the right, before we divide the whole thing by 0.64. Okay, so this part is actually want you to understand how to form an expression or equation when you have a word problem. So that's the end of this part. See you next time.